Tomorrow, high school athletes gathering in Clovis near Fresno for the state track and field trials. But this event is being overshadowed by the participation of a transgender athlete.
That's not equality. That's not inclusion. This is the erasure of female athletics.
And today, people from both sides of the issue had their voices heard. Good evening. I'm Gulston Dart.
I'm Lisa Gonzalez. This has become so much more than just the competition of the track and field. And it's caught in the middle of it all is a 16-year-old student athlete. State athletic organizers are allowing transgender athlete A.B. Hernandez to participate in girls track and field at the state championship in Clovis. Now, President Trump has called it not fair and demeaning. His Department of Justice is weighing in. Federal funding for California could be on the chopping block. And today, lawmakers and school officials who represent Clovis and Fresno County gathered to voice their fierce opposition to allowing Hernandez compete.
These attacks on girls and women in women's sports by boys and men parading as females must end immediately. Transgenderism is not something to be celebrated, but psychologically treated by mental health professionals. These are disturbed folks, and the charade has gone on for too long.
So CIF, you have a choice. You can course correct and defend girls' sports, or you can go down in history as one of the leading organizations that led the charge in erasing them. Choose wisely. It's an easy choice.
And with the emotions running high, security at this weekend's track meet will be increased.
And today at the state capitol, California Attorney General Rob Bonta weighing in on the issue. And KCRA 3's Ashley Zavala is joining us right now with more on that part of the story. Ash.
Gulston, I spoke briefly with California Attorney General Rob Bonta one-on-one about this today. I caught up with him at a totally unrelated law enforcement event in Sacramento this afternoon. The Attorney General told me he's monitoring the situation, what the Trump administration does. Here's what he said when I asked if California might take legal action or the same steps as Maine, which sued the Trump administration over its push to pull funds because that state also allows transgender athletes to play in girls' sports.
Transgender Californians and transgender Americans have rights, they have protections, they can't be violated, and so if they are violated, we will take action that's appropriate, but we are monitoring the actions of the Trump administration to make sure there's no violation of rights of Californians.
So I don't know that I expect you to tell me, but no lawsuit necessarily that you're preparing right now in this moment. I mean, similar to the way I know you're preparing a lawsuit on like the EV sales situation, just nothing.
Nothing to announce at this time, although we have been publicly involved with amicus briefs in other cases when it comes to transgender Americans serving in the military and their rights. We're monitoring some of the actions the Trump administration is signaling he'll take or is taking with respect to transgender Americans in locked facilities, in jail or in prison, also athletes. And our North Star is the same for all of it. Are rights being honored or are they being violated? And if the latter, and we have standing to get involved, we'd be interested in doing that.
Now, earlier this week, when the president criticized the track and field championships, he said he would speak directly with Governor Gavin Newsom about all of this. So I checked in with the governor today, and it sounds like the two have been playing phone tag. After missing the president's call on Tuesday, Governor Newsom's office said Newsom called him back and left a voicemail. As of this afternoon, Newsom's spokesman tells me no update since. Back to you.